Hi guys, and welcome back to World of Tanks gameplays with me, Antonov2. And today I'm playing in my M4 Sherman Tier 5 American medium tank. This tank leads up to the heavy tank line as well as to the medium tank line. And I'm using the 105mm M4 howitzer on this tank. So I really love this gun. It's an HE gun. It fires HE ammunition. It's got an amazing damage potential of about 400 average damage with every shot. The penetration is only at about 50 millimeters, something like that, with standard ammo, so that's a bit of a shame because I don't really want to use a tier 5 tank with premium ammo, but all the same this tank is amazing because even if you don't penetrate, like even against tier 9 and 8 and whatever tanks, so you won't get any in any matches with tier 8 tanks, but even against tier 7 tanks and so on, this gun will still do 100 damage about when it hits, and it doesn't penetrate because it fires HE shells and it just, does the splash damage. Yeah, the drawbacks of this gun are kind of low reload time and a pretty bad accuracy, and I'm kind of afraid of that tier 5 tank destroyer there, but he's obviously using the Schneider gun. That's the one with a very long reload time. I think it's 105mm. So the problem with that gun for me is, though, that it's got a very, very high damage potential of something like 300 HP. So I have to be pretty careful here. Now, what I don't realise is that this tank destroyer is already back here. Look, there you can see he's here. I don't realise that, and I think he's still somewhere behind this corner, so I'm really cautious. What I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to let my hull kind of look out so that he would ricochet when he shoots, but then I realise he's dead, so I decide to push forwards and kind of attack those tanks there, like the other M4 and so on in the rear. First of all, I have to deal with this KV-1 though, and there you can see I didn't penetrate his armor, but all the same I did 105 damage. And now there's this Panzer IV coming up. It's a bit of a problem firing at long range with this gun because the accuracy isn't all that great. He gets a shot into me on the move, but I get a nice shot through his lower glacis, do nearly 300 damage. So that's really amazing in this gun. And there you see I don't penetrate the KV-1 again, therefore I track him without even hitting his track directly and do about 120 damage. That's just amazing with this gun. So I aim for his tracks and damage his tracks again, do 62 HP damage. So I really love that, the way you can damage modules with this gun. 170 HP damage, splash damage that is, you have to remember. So yeah, this KV-1's probably really pissed off with me by now. Yeah, if you look at the score, it's 9-11 against us, so that's not looking all that good. And we've only got 4 tanks left, our enemies have got 6. So we'll either have to play very good or we'll lose. Now this Panzer IV is the next enemy I'll have to put up with, but yeah, I'm usually better than a Panzer IV in this tank, and this Panzer IV there is, I'm not sure if he's stock, but he anyway hasn't got the best gun. So yeah, he pokes his kind of track out there and I get a shot for him. I didn't track him, however, but I did something like 60 damage. So he shot and I missed my shot. I didn't wait to aim because I didn't want to get damaged by him. So yeah, that of course means taking the risk of not hitting your enemy. So I'm very cautious here because, as you can see, I'm not left with all that many hit points and I'm the best tank of our team left. Okay, the Su-85 driver seems to be pretty good too, but the M4 Sherman is just kind of a boss at tier 5. So he shot and I used his, took advantage of his reload and knocked him out. So that's my second kill. The odds are 10-12 now, but they're still not in our favour. We've got 3 tanks left, they've got 4. And this Stug here is killing the Su-58. I get a nice shot into the side of the stug, and there you can see again this module damaging potential of this gun. I tracked him straight away, and that allowed me to secure the kill. That's my third kill, and now I'm left alone with T50, and the T50 is rushing off to kill the RT. I'm really afraid of the 82 because there he is, and the 82 is a really tough nut to crack. Even with this HE gun, you get quite a lot of ricochets and no damaging hits. Even from attacking him from the rear can result in ricochets. So I'm waiting for him to come around the corner, and I hope to track him similar to how I dealt with the KV-1. But as you can see, because of a spaced arm on the side of the 82, that wasn't possible. And he's advancing. He's very slow, but all the same, he will catch me before I take the corner. Thank God I track him, but he obviously used a repair kit. But now we know that he used his repair kit, so he can't repair his tracks again. And that tier 5, you usually haven't got repair skill trained yet, except if he's using that tank for farming purposes or whatever. Now this T50 killed the RT, and now he's coming round to help me again. Now he's going to distract the 82, so that the 82 has to turn towards him. Obviously a T50 can't penetrate an 82, but as you can see here, he has to turn aside to me. Or he doesn't have to, but he does, and I can get a shot into his side. However, I don't penetrate just because of that huge spaced armor layer on the side. This tank has actually got more frontal armor than a mouse. It's got 203mm of frontal armor. Mouse has only got 200. And this is a tier 5 tank, so that's just insane. Even with this HE gun, I don't really stand a chance. I have to be very lucky to kill this tank. Although I'm a medium tank and he's a tank destroyer, it's still, he's got definitely the better tank, and it's going to be really difficult. So I take his track off. I'm not quite sure if he's facing away from me. I can't see from here, but it looks like he's facing away. I missed my second shot, what a shame. But he doesn't turn around. He's trying to get into cover there. And then again, this troll spaced side armor lets me ricochet. So this T50 is distracting him again, so I decide to go round this right flank here, because I guess that he's going to turn round to face the T50. The T50 is obviously blocking him and trying to prevent him from turning round. Now, I must admit that I kind of let that T50 die there, but I'm really afraid of the 82 because I've just had that bad experiences with this tank. I miss my shot again. That's actually the only, besides the reload time, that's the only major drawback of this gun, is the inaccuracy. And at last we get a shot through his side and track him, so now we can shoot at his rear. But as you can see, even at his rear, my penetration marker is orange. He'll probably repair his track before we can reload. Yeah, there you go. So I drive backwards, try to track him again. I am successful, and now I go round his back and try to shoot in his rear again, and yeah, I get him. So that's my 4th kill, and now there's only me and the M4A1 left. Obviously the M4 Stuart is a lot better than the M8A1, but you see, I've only got 22 HP left. I'm down to 5% of my health. So he can one-shot me. If I'm lucky and I penetrate him with this HE gun, I can easily one-shot him too. But if he gets to shoot first, I'm dead and we've lost the game. So I haven't seen this M8A1 yet in the game, so I think he might be AFK, but I can't say anything for sure. And I don't want to really run out to the bases and have a look and try to find him, because you see, when I leave the cap circle, I'm going to, if I don't find him, then I won't I will lose the game or it will be a draw. So I'm not all that anxious or not all that enthusiastic about leaving the cap circle, but on the other hand there's this temptation of getting a 5th kill, and that would just really bring this game to a very, very nice finish. So well, the thing is, if he isn't AFK and he's hiding somewhere and playing to a draw and hoping that I leave the cap circle, and that would really, really suck when I would head out and I wouldn't find him and get a draw, and my teammates would be really angry with me. But as you see, I decided to take the risks just because I just can't withstand the temptation to get a 5th kill. Yeah, I'm probably going to come up with a review of this tank soon in the next few days, because there's only 3,000 experience separating me from the tier 6 medium tank. I'm heading down the line to the tier 10E5, but I'm still quite a way away from it, and it's only my my 3rd priority line after the Leopard and the Foch line. So yeah, I'm not playing all that many games of this tank. So he obviously isn't at the 2nd spawn point of the enemy team. Usually only artillery spawns at that spawn point anyway. So I'm heading out to the 1st spawn point, and I've only got 3.5 minutes left. So if I can't find him, if he isn't AFK and he's hiding somewhere, I really lost. So there he is. Thank God he's AFK. I've got all time in the world to aim and one shot kill him. Oh God, that was a great ending. So I kind of won the game for our team, but in place that was really, really close against that AT2. He could have easily killed me. That AT2 with that troll armor, I think that's a tank that really, really has to be nerfed. In combination with a really fast reload of that tank destroyer, it just makes him to a really, really fearsome enemy. But I won against him, I won the game, and what a game that was. So let's have a quick look at the after game reports. So we got a Mastery Badge Ace Tanker on that game, as well as a Sniper Medal. I did 37,003 credits and made 3.6k, okay, I can actually say 3.7, which is just short of 3.7k experience. Now, of course, you have to remember that this was my doubled, and this was doubled because it was the first victory of the day for me. But all the same, that makes 1,750 experience in a tier 5 vehicle. That's quite a lot. So let's look on. Yeah, so we inflicted 1,800 damage on the tier 5 tank, destroyed 5 vehicles, and surprise, surprise, we earned the most credits on the team by far. The second best on the team earned about half as much as I did. So yeah, I kind of saved our team at the end. Although you must say, considering that our enemy team lost, some of the players were really good. Like this AT2, he got a whole pile of credits, especially considering that he lost. He loses 50% of its experience, so that would have been over 1,000 experience as well. So, well played to the AT2. I killed him in the end, sorry. Yeah, but what an awesome game. Let's just still have a quick look at the detailed report and then we'll be done. So we fired 28 shots, 22 of them hit. That's a surprisingly good hit ratio considering that this gun is so inaccurate. But if you think of it, I was always kind of pretty close up, face hugging and so on in this tank. Well, not face hugging, but I was kind of pretty close up, close combat in the streets and so on. So that explains why my hit ratio is that good. One of my hits did splash damage, although I did quite a lot of splash damage to modules, like hitting those KV1's tracks and so on. 20 of my hits penetrated, but of course because this is an HE gun, you can't really count it all that much. Kind of they stuck halfway in the armament of the enemy tanks, then exploded there. That's why they did damage. 1,800 damage, very impressive. I received 5 hits. 5 of them penetrated 2. I received 785 potential damage. Quite a lot in the tier 5 tank. Spotted 3 enemies, damaged 6 of them, destroyed 5. Damage on my spotting was done 165, which isn't all that great, but you know, this I wasn't a scout, so who cares about that? And well, the travel distance isn't all that important. So I got quite a bunch of credits and experience out of that game, and it was quite a good game. My pulse at the end, when I was thinking about capping or rushing in to get the last kill, I don't know, my pulse was really high. I was pumping full of adrenaline. So that was a really nice game. I didn't enjoy a game for ages like that. So yeah, very nice game. And I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you did, why don't you give it a thumbs up? Follow me on Facebook. Otherwise, or not otherwise, if you did it as well, thanks for watching a lot. Or especially if you did it actually, thanks for watching a lot. And I hope I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.